Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. So for today's episode, want to talk about Luka Dončić and how he might hit free agency in 2026. And I want to talk about how the Miami Heat do have the cap space to potentially make a move. And in this video, I want to break down why Luka would be obviously a perfect fit in Miami, how Erik Spoelstra can help unlock his full potential, and how the Goran Dragić connection could help bring Luka to South Beach. So Luka Dončić apparently might not sign his extension with the Los Angeles Lakers. He is extension eligible on August 2nd during this offseason. And so in the next 2 or 3 weeks, he will be eligible to sign a 4-year contract for $266 million, I believe. If he declines that, then he could opt out of his final year of the 5-year contract that he signed with the Dallas Mavericks and become a free agent. So imagine this: Luka Dončić becoming a free agent and signing with the Miami Heat. It sounds wild. It's most likely not going to happen. Obviously, it's a pipe dream, but with the way the Miami Heat are setting up their cap sheet, 2026 could be the year for the Miami Heat to make its biggest splash since 2010, when the Miami Heat were able to sign LeBron James and Chris Bosh and re-sign Dwayne Wade to create the big three. So again, in this video, I want to talk about why the Miami Heat need to absolutely target Luka Dončić if he is a free agent. There are going to be 10 other teams, according to Brian Windhorst, who will have the cap space to acquire him. And so I think if we have the cap space, we need to do everything in our power to pitch, recruit, and get Luka to come to South Beach, because pairing him with Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware would be so freaking huge for this Miami Heat, and they would dominate the East. So first off, got to acknowledge how good and how elite Luka Dončić is. Hasn't won a championship yet thus far in his career, but he is obviously a superstar. He's a generational talent. Last season, Luka with the Mavs and the Lakers averaged 28 points, 7.7 assists, and 8.2 rebounds per game. And this was all while he's always been the focal point of every defense that he faces. And he's still just 25 years old. He's already a 6-time All-Star. He's dropped 60-point triple doubles. He is a clutch, flashy player. He thrives in the playoffs. And the crazy part is he hasn't even hit his true prime yet. Usually folks are in their absolute prime within age 27 to 31, 32 years old. And so Luka still can get better theoretically, which is insane. I mean, 2 seasons ago he averaged 33 points, like 9 assists, like 9 rebounds, basically almost a 33-point triple double. So Luka is a one-man offensive machine. This Miami Heat's offense has been horrible. The past 10 years they've been bottom 10 in offensive rating. Last year they were 23rd, I think, in offensive rating. The year before that, 25th. In terms of points per game, only scoring 109 points per game in this modern NBA is just crazy. They were bottom 3, so ranked 27th or worse in the last 3 seasons in terms of points per game, when teams like the Pacers, the Thunder, the Celtics, the Cavs are averaging like 118 points per game. The Heat are averaging 9 points less per game. So they need Luka Dončić. Like, they need his playmaking, his 3-point shooting, his footwork, his pace, his transition, like everything. This guy is a one-man show. And if you pair him with the Miami Heat's infrastructure, organization, their culture, their infrastructure, Coach Erik Spoelstra, that's championship material. Like, that is absolutely the person that we need on this roster. So I think Coach Spo plus Luka is a scary combination. So Erik Spoelstra is a factor. Like, I'm sorry, Erik Spoelstra did have a bad season last year, but he's human. He's still arguably one of the top 3 coaches in the NBA, if not arguably the best. He helped turn this Miami Heat team turn around. He helped the Big 3 win the championship. He turned Jimmy Butler into a playoff legend. Obviously, Jimmy was a big part of that. But still, he helped Jimmy Butler become a playoff legend. He helped Bam Adebayo become an all-NBA defender. and improve from the 13th overall pick. He took Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Duncan Robinson from G Leaguers to Eastern Conference Finals players and starters. So imagine what he could do with Luka. You saw what he did with Wade, LeBron, and Bosh, even Jimmy Butler. And we haven't had enough. Jimmy has not had enough help. And this Miami Heat team has made some mistakes. The front office has not put the stars around Jimmy Butler. Now we are building around Tyler and Bam Adebayo. And so we need him to fulfill this big three, and adding him with Spoelstra, who thrives again with high IQ stars. Luka is one of the smartest players in the NBA. He'll finally be in a system with defensive structure because we know he sucks at defense. Off ball movement. We have shooters that we could put around him. Kalel can kind of shoot. Bam can kind of shoot as our bigs. Then we have Fontecchio. Well, I guess next season he's not. He might not be on the team, but we have Tyler Hero. Um, we'll have other players that could shoot. We need other players that need to improve, but like Nico and then Davion Mitchell, these guys need to step up. But Spo can maximize Luka's efficiency while helping him potentially mature defensively. Like obviously Luka's not going to be a good defender. It is what it is at this point in year 6, but he can definitely improve a little bit with his size, with his strength. He's in really good shape right now this offseason with the Los Angeles Lakers, but put him into a defensive system like the Miami Heat's, he will improve, but who cares? His offense outweighs his lack of defense by a ton, especially if you add in his assist and playmaking. So Luka, with a real coach, will be in a winning position, and I think Miami is a great place for him. Another huge aspect to this would be pairing Luka with Bam. Bam has not had a player like Luka Dončić next to him in his career. This would be one of the most unique and dangerous duos in the NBA. Luka's offensive gravity, playmaking, plus Bam's defensive versatility guarding 1 through 5 is elite. You put Luka in the pick and roll with Bam, who can finish, who can drive to the rim. You could do the pick and pop, could be unguardable, honestly. And defensively, Bam can cover up for a lot of Luka's flaws while Luka controls the pace on the other end of the floor. So having Luka and Tyler Hero as a backcourt, that 3-point shooting, that mid-range ability, like just two guys who can flat out score, who are very talented offensively, are going to thrive. Tyler Hero is going to be in the best position if he's playing with Luka Dončić because all of the attention is going to be on Luka Dončić. Tyler Hero could spot up and have opportunity to get to the rim. He improved big time last season. He needs to improve by getting fouled and finishing and scoring at the free throw line. That's like his next step. But and defensively, obviously, we know he's a liability. But with him and Luka, like the amount of points they could put up together would be freaking huge. So Bam and Luka, they were hanging out this summer at the Michael Jordan brand event in Europe, and it looks like they were having fun. They were taking shots, talking to each other. They're becoming friends. And I think that matters. Like stars talk to each other. They talk about their situation. They talk about their philosophy. They talk about their life. Bam could be one of those guys who are planting the seeds for 2026 right now. Everybody loves Bam. He's been recruiting his friends for a long time. The Miami Heat have choked or have not been able to fulfill his wish to get a Kevin Durant, a Dame Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, like all these guys are Bradley Beal, which I'm glad we didn't get him because of his contract. But Bam is friends with a bunch of people, and so we need Bam to recruit Luka. Again, Tyler Hero next to him, Bam, Luka, Tyler could be a perfect trio. Not perfect because Luka and Tyler's defense is not great, but it will be a very good trio. Hero spaces the floor. He can attack mismatches. Again, he's going to have opportunity to get into the paint as that paint is going to be open with all the gravity and all the focus on Luka Dončić. His playmaking, his passing ability is going to unlock Bam Adebayo. Even Khalil Ware in the dunker spot. You see what he can do with Jackson Hayes on the Lakers. You could see what he's done with Derek Lively, Gafford, and other players. Like Luka can make others and will make others better around him. So Khalil Ware obviously will have a much easier time in the dunker spot as a lob threat with him. So the biggest reason why this is even possible again is the cap space. So the Miami Heat have been preparing for a reset, and after 2026, contracts like Terry Rozier are going to be off the books. Potentially Andrew Wiggins, you got Haywood Highsmith, you got Fontecchio that are going to be off the books. We traded away Duncan, traded away Jimmy Butler last year, so the Miami Heat are going to open up at least 60 million plus in cap space. That's enough for a full max contract. And this could be huge. So if Luka denies his player option and wants a fresh start in a big market with a winning culture, Miami checks every single box for him. He speaks Spanish. He played at Real Madrid as well. So going to Miami, you get that Latin flavor. Goran Dragić, his Slovenian friend and teammate, that is one also factor that Goran could persuade him maybe to come, especially if Goran gets a job in the front office. He can then recruit Luka. Goran was Luka's idol growing up, so they won a Eurobasket championship together back in 2017. Goran passed the torch, and Luka has said time and time again how much he respects and loves Goran Dragić. So again, now imagine Goran being a part of that pitch, kind of like how Dwayne Wade was part of pitches to get Jimmy Butler to the Miami Heat. So we need Goran. We need all hands on deck. We need Bam. We need Pat. We need Spo. We need everybody to recruit Luka if he does become available. And this could be one of the biggest moments in Miami Heat history after getting LeBron and after getting Shaquille O'Neal. The Miami Heat haven't won a championship in a decade, and getting Luka would be a generational talent. Bam has a connection with him. It seems like he needs to recruit, but pairing those two would be a dangerous combination. Luka with Spo would be huge because Spo needs help offensively, and he would have an efficient offensive weapon. So pairing up the best coach in the NBA with a top 5 player, top 3 player in the NBA is massive. So Pat Riley and the Heat front office, they don't need to play around. If Luka does become a free agent, they need to pounce, be aggressive, be prepared, and recruit him immediately to change the future of this Miami Heat. So anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.